I think that's a lot of fun times there, just watching people do their thing, and then you try to get better by watching their mistakes and what you could probably do in the game. I think, right? Like I think that's what I do.
And that's the most positive and proactive attitude to gaming I've ever heard. Love it.
We're not even doing the interview yet, guys, but we are live.
We'll rewind it.
Yeah, it's okay though. It's okay. We're just having some green room talk there. So let's get it started, guys. Welcome, guys, everybody, to a brand new episode, late night edition of New Music Inferno. That's right. We're talking with a band all the way from Wenzhou, China, originally from Morgantown, West Virginia. And this is going to be a great story to talk to. They're called Fuck Your Birthday. Yes, it says F.L. F hyphen on your screens because Twitch does not allow the F word in the title. But we do have our good new friends, Roman and Christopher, of the band, the two-piece known as Fuck Your Birthday, live with us right now. Let's bring them on. Boom. We are live, ladies and gentlemen. How are you guys doing today? All the way over there in China. I'm happy to have you here.
Pretty good, man. Just woke up like an hour ago.
Well, hey, it's good. You guys, you're in the future already. You're already into Thursday. It's still Wednesday here, 9/11/2024. And you guys do have a beer. I mentioned that while we were messaging each other. I do too. There you go.
I got some Chinese coconut water.
Oh, nice. Chinese coconut.
Local Wenzhou beer, so
nice. It looks good. Cheers, guys. Cheers.
Cheers. Yeah.
So we're live here with these boys. They have a new EP out called BBQd. I didn't know anything about you guys. I really didn't until I got the email from your people. I saw the name. I listened to the music at work with one of my coworkers, and we both said, "You guys don't suck. You guys have a great sound." And yeah, that's how unsubjective we are about music. But it's unique. It rocks your head off. And also it takes you on a journey. That's what music's all about, and your music definitely does. I mean, honestly, you guys have some tribute songs to King of the Hill, which is great with Propane Accessories. We love that reference here. And I was like, when I saw that, I was like, oh, that's cool. But then, like, when you hear the song, it's like, wow, this is fucking epic. Like, it's like one of those songs, like, yeah, there you go. But Roman and Christopher, I mean, let me say Christopher and Roman, doesn't matter. It's like Edge and Christian. He's like Christian or Edge. Wrestling reference there because we're wrestling fans there as well. But
put the smack down.
Yeah. But yeah, the music jams, man. I mean, and I know some of the people are probably like, what the hell is he talking about? Well, let's explain this group to us. Like, for the first people, like for the listeners out there that never heard any of the music yet, how would you explain Fuck Your Birthday to them?
Okay. Well, firstly, we're a two-piece band, and we write our music as a two-piece, so the guitar and the bass are kind of unified as one thing, even though on the recordings we have actual bass guitar and guitar layered like you normally would, but the songwriting, a lot of the time I'm using the guitar like I would use a bass. And then I guess we have a lot of elements of different rock styles and like maybe towards metal styles as well. Probably primarily we've adopted a genre tag like math punk, because we're doing a bit of math rock and sort of with a punk rock ethos and punk rock like aesthetic.
Yeah, throw some alt rock elements, some accidental prog.
Accidental prog was another one.
Yeah. And it's all awesome. I was listening to some of the back catalog before we went on air here, and I was like, wow, these guys like surprise you with some stuff. Like, you hear just the different things you can do with the two piece, but also what else you can layer on with that by just like, I don't know, I can't explain it, but like, just you guys have to listen to it. Like they said, King of the Hill and Acid Trip for Propane Accessories, which is the one song off of BBQd, which is available now on Spotify and wherever your digital downloads can be today. That's basic. Like, you learn that out of the womb. Like, oh, where do I download music, mommy? iTunes or whatever the fuck app you use nowadays.
Right.
So you don't even really have to explain it. But you guys have an interesting story, and for a lot of people that don't know who you guys are, you're Americans. You live in China. You've moved there, Chris, to become a English as a second language teacher, and you guys worked it all out to get the music together, and then you guys all are officially, you guys are touring in there over China. You've been there for a while now, but how was this like process even begin? Like, how did you guys meet? Like, I know you guys are all moved over there and everything else and all that, but how did you guys, like, what was the first meeting like for you guys? When you guys got together as a band.
And then I'll talk about how we moved to China.
Yeah, so I used to live I'm from New Jersey and New York, and I was living in New Brunswick, like New Jersey, Rutgers College area, and a friend of mine that worked at a shop across the street from my job moved out to West Virginia to study at West Virginia University. She lived just over the border, actually, in Pennsylvania, and I had moved to Eastern Pennsylvania with a friend. He ended up leaving the house. So I thought, well, screw it. I work from home remotely. Let me just hit up my friend in Western Pennsylvania. She had an extra room. So I drove my motorcycle out. And the first day I arrived to visit, she was like, oh, come out to this brew pub with me. I got a date with this guy. And it was Chris and hers first date at this brew pub. And then I show up like some awkward third wheel. But then, it was kind of one of those like, oh, you play music? Yeah. You're a drummer? Yeah. Cool. And then here we are, over a decade later.
Yeah, that's fucking awesome. That's
yeah,
that's a great story. I mean, at least it's not like like some of the bands that you hear, like Craigslist or they met on whatever, like they were in other bands. I mean, which is a cool story, but like you guys like that's
all
how it
kinds
was.
of random chance, like random kind of coincidences that put us together, so it worked out well.
Yeah. So and then Chris, right, your trip to China as a ESL.
So, like Roman said, he met me while I was studying at West Virginia University, and sort of late in my studies, I ended up going for a semester abroad in Hong Kong, and it was kind of also just by chance that I ended up going to Hong Kong. I had originally planned to go to Australia, but that fell through, and I ended up going to Hong Kong. And when I came back from Hong Kong, I became really interested in Chinese. So late in my studies, I started taking Chinese lessons at West Virginia University. And so when I graduated from university, I wanted to continue learning Chinese. So I moved out to Wenzhou for an ESL job where I could like be making money teaching English, but also in the environment and be learning Chinese here. And after a year of being here, Roman came out. He was going to come out to visit.
A year and a half, maybe something.
Yeah, it was about a year and a half, and then he was going to come out to visit, and he was like, "See if there's any way we could book a show for Fuck Your Birthday in Wenzhou." And so I hit up one music contact that I had here. I was like, "Hey, my band's coming from America, and we'd love to do a show in Wenzhou." And he's like, "You want to book a show or do you want to book a tour?" And I was like, "Yeah, we want to book a tour, actually." So he booked us an 8-city tour, and we at the time it was basically like the biggest tour we'd been on, and it was all in China.
Yeah,
and
it was trippy.
So like Roman came over and we went around playing our basically our entire catalog of music at the time.
Right, because in China it's quite common for bands to just do solo shows because there's not always a local opener or something. So yeah, pretty much outside of one or two shows, we were the only band. We had like an intermission.
Yeah, we play like 10 or 11 songs and then sit like chill out for 15 minutes and drink with whoever came out to see us, and then we play the rest of the songs.
It was a great experience.
That sounds like a fun time.
And like I wasn't planning to move to China. It was just a trip. So it was a 20-day trip with a vacation mixed into it with my brother and my buddy Dan. So I was like, I need to come back to China. I came back a few months later at the end of 2017 for a month trip, which became 3.5 months. And then I returned end of 2018 around November and to move here. So then
Yeah, now you're there. Now you're both working.
And now I'm living here too, right? So
yeah, that's awesome.
I mean, it's also partly due to like the pandemic as well. Because when he came back in 2019,
after the tour, what came?
Yeah. Like you were on the fence on whether or not to come back 2019. I remember, but we had some shows booked, so you came back to do some shows in China, and then we were just hanging out working on music for the new album that we're still actually in production on. But yeah, it just so happened that worldwide pandemic hit, and before you knew it, the borders were closed down, and China went into like a real draconian style lockdown for like 2 years or almost 3 years.
Well, it wasn't draconian the whole time. It was border closed for most of it. The first 2 months, our city had a proper lockdown because we had the highest number of cases outside of Wuhan. But 2021, the rest of 2020 after like May or after April was pretty solid. We were playing shows. There's no problems.
Yeah.
2021 was pretty good. It's at the end of 2021 they started doing a little more like health codes and tracking, and it just became
it was like red tape upon red tape upon red tape,
right.
And then like actually in 2020, besides like the initial hit of COVID, which everyone was like scared of it at that point, by the time people were like starting to chill out about it, like not thinking it was so serious, that's when like the red tape started coming in, right. Like at the end of 2020, and so basically 2021 2022 we were kind of like just kind of stuck here, and we couldn't really do much. So
I got caught up in that lockdown in Shanghai for 3 months in my community. That was a lot of fun. That was hard. Yeah.
but see, it all works out, and like you said, you're still in production with a record that you want to get out, and that's amazing. Right, I mean, honestly, because you can put because what you want to do with it, and if you don't get the right hits, the right like structure of songs that you want to put on that record, it's gonna come out when it's ready. But you keep on putting music out like you are. Either way, I mean, honestly, you put a cover of Silent Night out. You did all this other stuff, throughout the year. So it's kind of cool that you have a little baby that you're trying to get out, but it's like, which way do we want to go with it? And that's awesome. And like, do you guys like? I know, Chris, I can tell your brain is going like so fast with this album that you have. Like, what is the direction that you want to go with it that is going to be the perfect thing to get out? I know because you said you're going back to working on it and trying to get it out there. I know it's a hard question somewhat.
Yeah, it's a very big question to go with, but actually I think we might have a title finally, and I think that's helping us work towards the direction of like figuring out like these songs belong on there, these songs didn't. So for example, like Propane and Moonshine, these songs, we realized they were like a little too different from the other songs, or like they had their own vibe, this kind of like dirty hillbilly vibe thing going on. So we just wanted to like do something with that first, and then the rest of the songs, I think we've got a solid like track list, and we're probably going to go into actually like recording the final stuff and hopefully come up with a rollout for it for next year with a tour.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, and hopefully come back over here. I mean, honestly, I think of the American music scene, would love to have you guys play more shows over here. And I know you guys want to go, down around China, which you guys have been. And Chris, you just got back from tour with your other band, correct? That's what I've heard. Yep. That's awesome.
Yep, just got back from West China tour with my other band, Polyphosia.
That's awesome.
Super fun.
That's fucking legit.
He's starting another tour in a few days with his other band, Night Tides.
I've got three active bands at the moment.
Hey, Chris, because you have magic in your head to write. You have I can tell by your style and your vibe that you have a lot to say and a lot to get out, and that's perfect. And Roman, I mean, honestly, you're a hell of a drummer. I love your work here. I don't know if any of your other stuff, but I have to check out the other bands. Yeah. Well, yours and then Chris's other stuff as well. I have to check that out. I've
Yeah.
not touched base on it yet. But let's get to the music now of Fuck Your Birthday. So which one do you want to go to off the EP there, Chris or Roman? You get to pick.
You choose.
Well, yeah, we talked a lot about Propane. Let's share that one.
If that's not too long, yeah. It was
No,
cool.
I don't give a fuck. Let's play it. That's what it's all about.
Hell
To
yeah,
get the
here we
music
go.
out, to showcase it, and have the people enjoy it, because you know what? That's what it is here. And anyone who's in the chat rooms on the Twitch or the YouTube, let us know if you have any questions for the boys. We'll get to them as well. I know we have a couple of viewers out there, but here it is. Propane Accessories by the boys in Fuck Your Birthday off of BBQd, and we'll be right back after this.
Coming through his mic.
Well, it's coming through my computer. It's coming through my mic because you were hearing it. Now I muted our mic, so you know. What I did. Yeah.
Fire up the grill and lay the bodies on
And we are back with Chris and Roman. I'm going to pause this moonshine right there that was playing in the background. But we are back with Chris and Roman. And thank you all for being here. If you guys have any questions, I know some people were there watching. They're lurking. They're normally lurkers.
Thank you
in
for
my
lurking.
chat.
We appreciate it.
Yeah, they're listening to the music. They're like, okay, I think I like it. And you guys should. I mean, honestly, why wouldn't you? If you guys aren't rockers, then I don't know what you are. So I don't know, I'm making things up here as we go along. It must be the beer that we're drinking or having a good time that we are. So guys, I mean, honestly, what do you miss about America? Since you guys have been there for a long time now in China, what do you miss about back home? Anything?
So first, before we answer that, we've actually been like in China without being back to the States since 2019. Like since we finished our tour in 2019, we have not. Neither of us have been back to the States. So like, there's quite a lot to miss. But you're actually planning to go back to the States soon. So why don't you talk about that?
Yeah. So actually, I just booked a last minute trip to see some family, cousin's wedding, grandma's birthday, things like that. Finally catch up. So on the 17th, in a few days, I'm flying out to the States for about 40 days. So that feels pretty good, but it's also like I'm already thinking of like the reverse culture shock that's going to happen, you know?
Yeah.
But I think the things I miss most, besides obviously family and friends, which thankfully we have, you know, like social media and video calls to keep in touch with, but like US specific things that I miss the most, not so much food. I think the big thing for me is just access to concerts. Like there's great shows in China, don't get me wrong, but it's not bands that I'm that familiar with. So I'm missing like lots of really big, great shows. And then
the Primus and Tool one. Right?
Yeah. Like there was that Primus, Tool, and Pussifer show in California at Hollywood Bowl. I actually had tickets with my friend, and I bought a round trip flight to go to spend more time in a plane than in California. But then I had to cancel last minute because it just wasn't going to work out with some scheduling here. But yeah, so I miss just the music scene because I grew up going to shows since I was like 7. My dad and my uncle took me and my brother to see Pink Floyd in '94.
Damn.
When I was like 6.5, almost 7, it fucked me up for life. Like that whole experience is.
I saw Roger Waters, Roman. I saw Roger Waters
right?
on their
awesome.
on his tour, and then another band that would fuck you up on just because their jammy is Fish. I got to see Fish on the Farmhouse tour when that album came out. One of my mom's friends took me, and I was just like, wow.
Yeah, that'll fuck you up, a Fish show.
Yeah, all the.
But I've seen some of the members at festivals and their other projects. Yeah. But yeah, just a long story short, the thing I miss most is like the large accessible concert scene where like every other bar has live bands in New York, and then also the touring circuit. Like for us, it's much more difficult to tour in China, especially as a foreign band, because there is red tape here. It's not as many venues. It's a lot of effort to book a tour. It's costly. Whereas in the States, you can just hop in a van and within 6 hours, you have like 10, 12 cities. You can do a proper tour on the East Coast, right? So that's the two things I miss the most, I think. Just access to shows and easier touring for us.
Yeah, I would think so. I mean, it sucks that there's a lot of red tape for you guys as a foreign band over there, even though you guys live there now, to get more shows. And I hope that changes soon. I mean, honestly, it could, but you never know. But what about you, Chris? What do you miss about back home, if anything, since you haven't been back since 2019?
Man, I miss Little Caesar's pizza.
I knew that was coming. I fucking knew it. I'm ready. $5.
Is there not good pizza in China? Is it kind of rough?
In some places.
Well, like there's a lot of good pizza here, like Italian style pizza, like brick oven pizza that you can get from like different Italian restaurants where like Chinese guys have been living in Italy and come back and then open a restaurant, this kind of vibe. But like as far as like chain pizza goes, like the Chinese chain pizza, I would go on record to say is absolute trash.
Yeah.
The American chain pizza here, it's like changed for Chinese taste and sensibility. So like it's not as good. Like the Pizza Hut or Domino's or even Papa John's here is not as good as the American one. And then like there's some. I mean, there's also just something really, really homey about Little Caesars for me. Growing up in West Virginia, like Little Caesars was like a week.
Staple.
It was a weekly staple, you know.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I
like,
won. Right.
yeah,
I
I
won
did-
right down
I-
the
I'm-
street from here. So, it's.
I think
it-
I'm gonna forget the taste of it pretty soon. I'm
Okay.
gonna forget the taste of Little Caesars with some buffalo sauce. I'm gonna forget
well,
what
I'm
that tastes
calling
like.
it. I'm calling it next year. You guys will be back on touring out here. Don't forget
We're
it.
gonna-
So,
We're gonna have Little C's with you.
We're gonna
Yeah.
call the tour Little Caesars.
go
That's the name of it.
go to the Little Caesars tour. Come to Vegas.
Yeah, we're only playing in cities that have a Little C's.
That's the only thing on our rider.
Yeah.
Everybody
One
that sees them on
on.
tour in 2025, bring them a Little Caesars.
Actually, we're not even
pizza.
playing shows. You just can hang out with us at Little C's. That's it.
you're the pizza post grunge band. There you go. That's
Right.
The math rock, whatever people put together, as the name of the genre of music that you guys put out. But damn it, like, so what about this? So what is in your current iPods, or what is current listening? What are you guys listening to? Maybe what is Chris and Roman having in their ears on a daily basis, besides of course the demos that you guys are working on, or whatever else band related stuff you're listening to?
Well, just recently on tour, on the way back from the last city, I listened to the entire discography from Health, California noise rock band.
Okay, never heard of them,
No,
but I will have to
yeah,
check them out.
Listen to all of their music. I think their second and third album are still the strongest. If I recommend just one, it would be Get Color from I think 2017.
Okay.
Super sick. And also this year in general, I've been really fascinated by Charlie XCX's Brat album. I think it's also, like, I'm not really big into pop music, and that record particularly, I think, is just pretty fucking amazing.
I haven't really heard any of that, but I will have to check that out. And Health, I've never heard of either. But Roman, what about you?
Jesus.
I'm
Knocking
generally
over the
pretty-
beers. Knocking over the beers.
That was my phone actually, but
Oh.
we're not coming back real quick. But yeah, so I'm actually pretty predictable with my music. Like, I constantly revert to the same few bands and albums when I'm getting the work done and doing things. It's just like a nostalgia comfort zone if I'm editing pictures or cleaning the house. But recently I've been heavy on Marcy Playground's Shapeshifter album from '99. That's a band that I really like, and I think, they were tragically like one-hit wondered with Sex and Candy, but
Mhm.
their second album is much better, I think. And I'm actually going to catch them live in New Jersey on October 11th, so I'm like super pumped. So I'm like
With
grinding.
Everclear and Jimmy's
Yeah,
Chicken
with
Shack?
Everclear. Yeah, Jimmy's Chicken Shack hopped on the bill too. It's fucking rad. And then the last few weeks I've been doing Incubus, Rage Against the Machine. I did some Tool to dive back into that because there's a YouTube channel, Drumeo,
Okay.
and Mike Portnoy from Dream Theater tried to do a Tool song, and it's just fucking madness to watch that. So then I watched the Danny Carey interview afterwards, and I was like, oh shit, that's right, I got to listen to Tool again. So those are some of the bands that I've been spinning. Pretty classic ¡90s, early 2000s, predictable arena rock, butt rock things that make me happy. But like, I also put on like some Bjork or a band called Tycho. It's like not trip hop, but it's like a band, but it's all instrumental, real vibey.
Okay.
Or Emancipator, a really good DJ out of Colorado. So that kind of stuff I'm usually spinning.
You gotta listen to what you like and what makes
Right.
makes you feel happy during the day, or if you're going through a bad mood, put on Sex and Candy or Marcy's Playground's second record or any of that. That's awesome that Everclear is taking them out with Jimmy's Chicken Shack. So you got like three different bands kind of, because Jimmy's Chicken Shack was the stoner rock vibes and
Right.
and like Marcy's Playground is that in between, like alt rock, pop rock, and then Everclear is just like major hits and all that. I've seen Everclear a couple times. I met Art. He's a great dude.
Cool.
And he's been on the show before as well. And
Oh wow, very cool.
yeah, like on the voice only one. This is like a couple years back. But it's
Awesome.
it's been great to have you guys here so far, and I'm honored to have you take some time out during the day. So let's get to another song. We want to showcase another song off the EP, or do you guys want to go back and take it to a classic of yours, one of your older songs off the other discography of the band?
That's interesting.
I'm letting you guys decide if you want to. I mean, you don't have to.
Yeah, I mean,
we could do something off Touchless. Would be fun.
something off Touchless would be pretty cool. Yeah.
When we do Bandwagon.
Okay,
Or
let's
Soy Sauce. Soy Sauce is also short.
Either one is fine.
How about, since we're out here in China, let's play Soy Sauce.
Okay,
It's
let's do it.
a song I wrote about when I was in university. I was working part-time at a Chinese restaurant and wrote this song called Soy Sauce.
Oh, I don't have. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, there it is. Yep, here it is. I was like looking for it. Where is it? Yep, number 9.
Isn't that
on
amazing?
Touchless.
From
Got it
working
right
at a
here.
Chinese restaurant to living in China.
Yep,
The Christopher Henry story.
and here we
Gotta write
go. Here we go. Soy Sauce, guys. It's gonna be here right now. Listen to it, enjoy it, and here we go. No dead air. We're back, guys, with Chris and Roman. Fuck up. Oh yeah, fuck up your birthday. Fuck your birthday. Yeah, we fucked up.
We'll
with,
fuck it and fuck it up.
We're fucked up with fuck your birthday. No, we're not fucked up yet. But we're having a good time, having a few beers, having a few laughs. And I appreciate Chris and Roman for taking their afternoon off because I think maybe Chris just got off work or something, or whatever at this time to take this interview, and I appreciate it for both. Because what else you guys would be doing would be not my interview, other interviews, life, But I appreciate
nothing more
for you being
than
here.
you. So
no, there is a lot more stuff important than me, and I appreciate it for everyone out there watching and everyone that's gonna be watching the archive. So we've asked a lot of questions. So with this band, what city do you, on the top of all lists, would you want to play? Like you've seen bands play it, you've heard about it, how awesome the crowds are in that city. What city would be your okay, we played here and that's fucking awesome? Or what venue, for that matter, would be your dream? I know it's like you've heard bands you've looked up to played that venue and you want to say, hey, I played that same venue.
It's a tough one to answer. I mean, I don't know if I have a specific venue in mind that would be it'd be fucking cool to play at the Hollywood Bowl one day, right?
Yeah, if you want to extend venue to cover that.
Right, but I think more personally, I can't name a city either, but I really want to take the band to Japan. I really feel like Fuck Your Birthday would get a good response in Japan. We played with a Japanese band a month or so ago in Hangzhou. They were doing a China tour, and they absolutely just were raving about playing with us, and were telling us come to Japan, you're gonna have a great time, people are gonna love you. So I think
there
Japan. I don't know which city, but Japan is on the bucket list of a place I'd really love to play.
Yeah, Tokyo would be sick.
There you go. You guys should, and I think that's right before America. You guys are gonna come back over here.
On the bucket list, on the way.
Yeah. But I hope you guys get it. I mean, you guys have it in already a little bit with the Japan band that you just played with. That's
right.
That's baby steps. They want you there. You're gonna go there. It's gonna happen. 2025. Big things. I mean, honestly, we have the rest of the year, but still, there's already bookings for Chris's other bands, and just you're coming over to the States next week. So that's what hinders you guys a little bit right now for 2024. But 2025, it's gonna happen. I'm calling it.
That's a new ball game.
I'm putting it out there. We're putting it out there, chat. These guys are gonna play Japan, Yokohama, Tokyo, Shinjuku Face. I know these places because of our friend Coco Sports, who's over there, who did go. He was English as a second language teacher over there, but now he's retired. He's doing other stuff in the wrestling industry. And all that kind of stuff over there. He goes to a lot of New Japan shows and Noah and all that. I don't know if you guys know any of that stuff at all. But yeah,
no.
That's what he's interested in doing in life. But I'm more about the music, and I'm here for it to learn about new people from all over. So that's awesome though. You guys got to play with Japan bands. You got to play with what other countries have come to. I mean, there's of course a lot of other countries have come to China, but what bands have you played with in the past, from other countries besides Japan, of course?
We played with a band that was formed in China, but the lead singer is from Colombia.
Oh wow!
A band called Durian, which is they're a 3-piece with a saxophone, a drummer, and then the lead singer, he plays a 4-string guitar with a wah-wah pedal that sounds like a bass. It's real sick shit.
Yeah.
Definitely worth checking out. Kind
of my eyebrow raise. I'm like,
right. There's also another band based in Shanghai that's quite notable in the States too, Round Eye. Our friend Chachi. It's mostly his project. He's got a rotating cast of musicians. They're always touring they'll always do a 50, 60-day tour across the States every summer. And they play with a bunch of great punk bands. We play with them a bunch of times out here in China. So it's another good band. But again, based here, they're based in Shanghai. As far as actual bands from abroad that have come in that we played with, I don't think we've done that before, besides a Taiwanese band. But we could argue if that's abroad or not.
It is. I think it would. I mean, it's not China.
Depends who you're asking and where you live in.
Oh, okay.
we've seen bands from abroad. Like we got to see,
Caspian.
Yeah, Caspian came out to tour right before COVID in 2019 December. We saw them in Hangzhou. We'd seen a few. Who was it that came by? I saw Sum 41 not long ago in Nanjing, China.
I saw that.
They did a few stops in China. That was super cool.
You gave him our shirt.
Yeah, actually, funny story about that. Dave Brown Sound has another band out of Canada called
Black Cat Attack.
The Black Cat Attack. So they were touring and they played in West Virginia at the Main Street Cafe in Clarksburg, West Virginia, and we were opening. So we got to hang with them, and it was just super chill to meet Dave, and he's a real nice guy. And he walked up to us and said, "Good set. Your band name is now my new favorite band name." And we were, like, "Oh hell yeah, right!" So we gave the whole band like all of our shirts, right? So he has an FYB shirt, and then of course now years later, I'm in China, and I went out to the show with a couple friends, and I brought like the remaining random sizes I had of our latest FYB shirt, thinking if I just have a chance to give another one to Dave. So we got there early, and their videographer, super nice guy, is walking around, and we struck a conversation, and I just told him the story, and he's like, "Dude, give me the shirts. I'll go to the green room. I'll fucking tell Dave the same story." And like, he messaged me right before the showtime and said, "I think Dave's gonna wear a shirt." They go on stage. He ripped off the sleeves, made it into a tank top, and rocked the whole set with an FYB shirt. It was fucking rad.
If nothing else, "Fuck Your Birthday" is Dave Brown Sound approved.
Right.
Yeah,
We have that, and like, if Dave, you happen to catch this podcast somehow by chance,
We love you, man.
yeah, thank you.
That's fucking awesome. And they're playing in Vegas here next month on their final tour.
Yeah, pretty soon, right? They're hitting the West Coast now. They're doing an amazing tour all over the place.
I haven't seen them, and I'm trying to go to that tour so badly.
I hope you catch
and
it. It was a fun set.
It sucks that they're leaving. I know Derek is, also doing a book tour after that, through his book. Yeah, can't talk. Getting late, but not really. So guys, I mean, honestly, I love it, and I know the fans out there that are catching this right now are probably loving this as well in the archived. I hope so, and I thank everybody for tuning in for that. But let's get to one more track, and with this track, I'm going to give you the end-all, be-all question that you guys get to think about a little bit while the song is playing. The question is, not the song. The question is, if you could give this song to any other band or artist to perform in their style and genre of music, what band or artist would that be? And of their music, what song would "Fuck Your Birthday" play in their sound genre? So you guys would play in your genre of music. I know there's a lot of bands that have done covers. We had punk bands do the Disney album recently. I don't know if you guys have heard that.
Who did that?
Yeah, Yellow Card, Mayday Parade, Newfound Glory. But yeah, they did a lot of I think Magnolia Park did one. A couple other bands. You can check that out. But it's Disney songs that we grew up with,
right.
Pop punk versions. I know. Bowling for Soup did "You Have a Friend." You don't know. They did "Never Had a Friend Like Me," the song from Aladdin, that Robin Williams song. Wow. It's fun. Bowling for Soup, big up to you guys. Love you guys. Big up from big boys, big dudes that we love here, because honestly they rock as well. So what song do you guys want to get to?
You choose. One more off the EP, right?
Yeah, Moonshine maybe.
Moonshine.
Get fucked up with some moonshine.
Have a little moonshine.
Yeah, let's do it right here, right now. Let's get it right here. Let's get to the song right here. Let me get back to the top of the songs, because the songs are right here. But here it is, Moonshine by the boys in "Fuck Your Birthday" off of BBQd. And we'll be right back after this.
All right, let's huddle.
Huddle.
Up my nose is
We are back with the boys in Fuck Your Birthday. That was Moonshine. Let me mute the music. You guys can go check out the video for Repeat Offender, which we may exit this song, this whole interview with, because I kind of like the video, and I wanna mention that before we go any further. How did that video come together? Like, where was it shot? I know it was shot in China, but where? Like, where? I know Roman.
So
she's pointing over to Roman.
I forgot the name of the street. You might know.
No, it doesn't matter.
It's just around the corner
matter.
from. It's on the way to our rehearsal spot, and Chris was talking about. We were talking about wanting to make a music video for the EP and hit each song with a video, and repeat offender, motif, repetition, pattern. I was kind of thinking, and I kept passing this what looked like an abandoned row of garage doors, and I thought, oh, that's kind of cheeky, and like if I channel some Michelle Gondry, White Stripes vibes with Hardest Button to Button, where they're replicating drum sets and amps everywhere, we kind of took influence from that and replicated ourselves in front of these garage doors. We had a bit more of an elaborate idea, like we're escaped out of prison, we're being chased by cops, but it's just too much production to deal with, and it's a short song, simpler is better. We picked up those like classic prison outfits online real cheap. We got our buddy Keith to be the officer. Our friend Alex.
That was my next question. I was like, who is the cop? Oh, my buddy Keith.
Yeah, our buddy Keith that lives out here too.
He's actually from Scotland.
Scottish guy. And then our buddy
Nice.
Alex from UK helped. He does videography out here, so he was behind the camera and helped with the editing. And Chris's wife was a big hand on set with helping
some lighting and
styling and just being an extra hand on set is always necessary. So yeah, it just came together like that, and we shot it all in one night outside, like after 9-10 o'clock to have no traffic. And funny story, just when we wrapped up and Keith was leaving, he just took off his police outfit. We're still in the prisoner garb, and a cop car rolls up, and they're like, "What's going on here?" So we just told them we're doing a music video, we're not making any noise, and they're like, "Great, cool, carry on." And that was that. Yeah.
Wow, that's a real cop car pulled up. Like, what the fuck? There you go.
Dude. Like, I had to talk in Chinese with these police officers while wearing a prison outfit and explain to them, like, yeah, we're doing nothing wrong here. Trust me.
Well, you had musical instruments, so why would you have anything going like weird going on?
The concern was that we weren't making noise because it's a drum set. I put mesh heads on it, and I muted all the cymbals with a vinyl on the bottom. So I think their concern was just that we were going to get loud. But yeah, it was a fun experience.
You would be a street performer then. You would be performing your own music as a street performer. And I don't know how that goes over there. I know Vegas.
Probably illegal.
Yeah, that would not go over well for us out here.
Vegas, you would be like, okay, people would be throwing money at you.
Maybe we'd have a career if we went to Vegas.
We're gonna reshoot the video in Vegas with big amps and a real drum set.
All right, that sounds like a plan. But let's get the answer to the question that I gave you before we played Moonshine. And so this question was, again, for anyone who's just joining us or didn't remember it, it is, if they could give Moonshine to any band or artist to perform in their style and genre of music, what band would that be, and what song of that band would Fuck Your Birthday cover in their style and genre of music?
You guys might remember
3, 2.
I was going to introduce it differently, but okay, we can just do that.
3, 2, 1.
Limp Bizkit.
All right.
You guys might remember that little band from the 90s with painted face, dude, and red cap.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now so a grandpa and painted face as well. Still, there's still doing their thing. They're
kicking ass, dude. They're fucking. I love him with the beard. He looks so good.
He looks like a grandpa, and I know there's a lot of women and a lot of guys maybe out there for that. So,
vibes.
Yeah. And then the song, of course, we'd choose from them would be Break Stuff to cover. We've jammed it for fun and jokes in the rehearsal room just for shits and giggles. But also, like, Chris is a bigger fan of Limp Bizkit than I am. But I grew up like watching MTV, and like Limp Bizkit had a substantial effect on my aggression and appreciation of good music. And I've always loved what they did. I love their attitude. But we've been talking about, like, if we can get someone to produce this upcoming album. Who should we work with? And I constantly revert back to like, dude, can we just hit up Wes Borland like to produce his album? Because that'd be amazing. And look, he does a lot of great stuff. He's got his side projects. He plays with
Danny Elfman.
Yeah, Danny Elfman, right? Like, and he's just such a talented dude. He's such a creative dude, and it's like
if we had a dream producer for the new album, it would be Wes Borland.
Yeah, it was already Wes Borland. That's our number one.
All right, Wes. All right, Wes. If you get a hold of this, fuck your birthday. Get in there. Get in there. If it happens, it happens. That would be great. So break stuff you guys would cover. I think it would be great. I really, you know what? I think you guys just have to do it. I think you guys have to put out a live recording of it, and maybe that's the thing that pulls Wes Borland in and puts you in his radar to produce the album. And if that happens,
you're hired as the manager, John.
You already have. No, I'm not. No. I'm just saying the future's bright. I mean, yeah, we're getting in our 30s and we're rocking out and kicking ass and taking names. But I think you guys could do it. I think you guys can have Wes Borland, and I think you guys can make that happen. If 2025. We're gonna forget about the election. Who gives a fuck if that ever happens? But I think we just have to go for it in 2025. I think our generation, our age bracket, our 30s and the 40ish years olds need to go and grab it and take it. Just make it happen, make things happen. Because honestly, we can't wait anymore. The world's not going to change it for the better if we just sit around and do nothing. I think we have to take a step ahead and do something better about it. And Wes Borland,
we're gonna save the world with the cover of Break Stuff. I love your vibe, bro.
Hey, there you go. I'm just babbling on sometimes. I'm sorry.
You're not wrong, right? Like you can't overthink, and you can't just keep expecting perfection or hoping it'll work out the best way. You just got to do it, right? And I know that's a thing for me that I'm constantly, hoping for the better scenario of a project. And Chris is like, just get it the fuck done. So that's our balance. So you're right.
Well,
good idea.
Guys, real quick before we go, tell everybody where they can find you guys on the World Wide Web, where they can download FYB's music or listen to it, which we already know Spotify has it all. But merch-wise for the States, where can people pick up some of that stuff?
NefariousIndustries.com.
Yeah, our record label, NefariousIndustries.com, that my brother Greg runs. We should still have some merch left there. He's got some stuff on the shop.
Hoodies, vinyl, CDs.
Maybe I'm not sure if the shirts are sold out. They probably are, but you can
shirts
check.
Are probably sold out. But we have the other things.
Yeah, and then as far as socials, we're on Bandcamp. You can find us on Apple, iTunes, Spotify. You can find us on Instagram.
Facebook. We're on Facebook. We don't really get on it much.
Facebook is FCK Your Birthday because of those rules. Instagram, I think it's Fuck Your Birthday Band. Yeah. And that's pretty much it. We're on YouTube as well. Yeah, you can look up Fuck Your Birthday. We'll pop up.
If you Google us, you'll probably get mostly our band with a slice of porn.
Yeah, potentially.
With a little bit of porn.
We thought about getting a Pornhub account just to see if we get any hits.
Yeah. You know what? Music videos up there. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna send our fan base over to somebody that I have nothing known about, but they're watching now. They're doing a subscriber only chat, so that's a no, because I don't want to sub to their channel right now because I don't know anything about them. They're doing a roundtable about anime, and that looked pretty cool. Where would you want to go? Let's see. I'm going to have Chris or Roman pick this. Do you guys want to go? Never mind. There's nobody on that I know in these talk shows and podcasts. So we're just going to go to one of my friends. I'm just I don't know these guys. I don't know what they're talking about. And I don't have time
That's
to
even better. Just drop in and say, yo, we're breaking the door down.
That's true. But if they speak Spanish, I don't speak Spanish a lot. Or if they speak another language, I'm like, I can't talk to you guys if you guys, I don't know.
On a Chinese stream. We'll set them up.
I don't know. Is there any Chinese streams? Let's see.
Probably not. But maybe, I don't know. It
That's
probably
sick.
actually
There's
probably
probably some
tons of them.
Chinese gamers on Twitch.
Yeah,
like
let's see. It's okay. Nope, none. There's nothing. There's nothing right there. I put Chinese stream just to see if it says Chinese stream or whatever, but they no. But it's okay. But love you guys. Thank you guys so much for being here. We're gonna let
Thanks
you
for
guys
having
go. Have a great day. Have a great have a great day. 'Cause it's only like 1 o'clock over there. So
yeah, just turn one.
is this one? So
You have
go
a great night. Thank you
Yeah.
so much, John. We really appreciate it. We'll see you around.
Yeah, hopefully in the States soon enough. And cheers one more time, guys. Let's get it. Here we go, guys. Cheers.
Yeah, and hopefully catch you in Vegas for a show. We'll play at the what's that new venue there? At the Weird Ball.
The Sphere.
Yeah,
The Sphere.
we'll play at the Sphere. We got you.
Yeah,
Fuck
Fish
your
has
birthday
played
at the
there.
Sphere.
Yeah.
You two played there. The Eagles were playing there. So
U2 FYB. I mean, it's the same shit, right?
We're
Yeah.
right in line.
yes, you
So
are.
We're in that line.
But
got
Chris and Roman, have a great night.
Adios.
Cheers,
Thank you, John.
and have a
Catch
good
you
night,
later.
and see y'all later. All right, guys, that was Fuck Your Birthday. We are out. We'll be right back with more music more stuff after this. But we are gonna go. Is Stoner still on? I don't think he is. Is Stoner still on? Yes, he is. So let's go over to Stoner, and we'll be right back with gaming right after this because honestly, we want a game, and I know you guys do too. But we want to end the stream on the podcast so we don't run over on things. But let's go to Stoner, send him the love, and we'll be right back in a little bit with some gaming as well. So guys, love y'all. Have a good night, and we'll see you over there in Stoners. Peace out.